everybody, and welcome back to Musings by Nikki. We are in the home stretch with our two nature books here. We've got our hardcover one and our flexible single signature one. And today we are going to I'm going to try within an hour to finish these things up. So I might move a little bit fast through a couple of things, or I might, fast forward to get through the things that you don't need to see me do necessarily all the steps of. But first things first, we need to address closures for the books. So I brought out some things to just show you some examples of some things you can do. I've got Sari Silk here, which this always works as a great closure. Ribbons. This is some seam binding, crinkly seam binding that's been dyed this pretty green color. Lace works. This is elastic cord. You can put a big button on one side and just make a giant loop and then have it button back on itself. That works really well. Elastic cord that allows for a lot of expansion. I've got some jute twine or some, this is that like chef's twine that they use to put truss chickens and stuff like that. So those are all some examples of easy and common things that you can use to close your books. For this one, the thing about having exposed sewing here is you can just easily slip something through there and have it tie, and that works really great. This time, I think I'm going to put eyelets in the front and back, and then we'll maybe use twine, probably. So I just pulled out, you guys, like everything I could think of possibly needing. Let's make sure these match. Yeah, everything I could think of possibly needing to do these finishing touches here. I did pull out, okay, yep, my crocodile. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to find the center of, well, I'm going to guesstimate on the center here. And then, pro tip, make sure that there's nothing underneath here that you're punching at the same time, because like I've said 100 times here so far, I've done that. Okay, I'm going to set an eyelet here like that, and then I'm going to try and make even with the back here. So I'm going to try and line up with where I punched that first one. Whoops, there goes my little center hole thing. And put my other eyelet in. Okay, so we've got our eyelet in the front and eyelet in the back. And now we just have to, I think I want to use twine because I've already used so much of that other stuff here. So I'm going to pick a good long amount. And then that's going to be doubled over, so I need that amount twice. This stuff you can just pick up real easily at like Walmart, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Amazon. Okay, so I have two long pieces. I'm going to double them over. And then go through just like we would at the top of a tag or something. There we go. And we'll do the same on the back. There are as many ways to do closures for books as you can basically imagine. There we go. So now our book will close by tying these two sets of twine up. There we go. Now we've got a closure. That's awesome. We need to deal with our, well, let's do the closure up for the other book. So for this one, I was looking through my muslin and I found this, which I must have meant for a closure on a different book and decided against or something. But it's basically a darker coffee stain piece on top of a lighter stain piece, which is what we have in here. And then I just sewed back and forth a whole bunch of times. So I kind of like that for this. Oops. But I haven't looked to see how long it is. So actually that's probably a pretty good length. Let's see what it looks like when we tie it over here on the side. Well, that's a not nice bow, but I think that's okay. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna probably glue this on. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I'm going to make sure these are even all the way over here at the end off camera here. Like this. I'm going to make sure the ends are even, which they are right there. And then I'm going to go turn this way. And I'm going to glue down this front side first. Because up on top, I think I'm just going to put like one of these things to make a little label. So we can do that in a minute. I'm going to go up the spine here. And then across. And we'll just glue this down. That way it stays in place. You don't have to. I've certainly done plenty of detachable, you know, unattached closures as well. Oops. Oopsie doodles. I wrinkled that over just a little. There we go. I've done plenty of like unattached ones. You can leave this unattached. Whoops. Call, you guys. I'm like really bad at silencing my phone during videos lately. All right, then I'm gonna flip it over and we'll glue down the back side. Oh, I got a string. This is no different than Sari silk. It's gonna have strings coming off of it for a while. You know, Sari silk does the same thing. Eventually it kind of stops. It's like it hits its threshold and it stops shredding as much. Okay. Where was that thread? Okay, so we've got that glued on, and that's going to be our closure. I'm not going to tie it quite yet just because it's still drying. I just want it to dry before I go and, you know, move it around too much. But while we're looking at the front here, I grabbed out a couple pieces from my scrap bin, and then these are some cardboard pieces that I cut out with my scan and cut a while ago, and then I painted them with a metallic paint, and they work great for nameplates. So I thought we could put one of those on the front here. You have square, oval, and then this like square oval. Ooh, I like that one. we'll go with that one. So I'm gonna put these over here and get rid of this string right here because it's making me crazy. And then I thought we could layer it up with some, this parchment paper I thought we could put underneath it, and then that could be what they, and then we'll put some brads through there and glue this whole thing down. And then I thought maybe some text. So let's, that actually fits really well right there without even having to cut it down. So let's move that out of the way. Let's make this fit first. Oh, we'll trace it and then cut that. This will be the back. And we'll just cut out a little bit bigger. So I'm going to just cut out, you know, maybe leave an 1/8 of an inch or something around here, so then it can be, then we can glue it to the back of that thing. And then here's my conundrum always when I'm doing one of these type of nameplate things. So if we flip it over, you won't even see the pencil line, see? My conundrum is, do I leave it blank and the person who gets it can decide, or do I try to put something in there? So, like, oh my gosh, right on top says field notes. Or specimen notes. That's like got a little there. So do we put something like that in there? With like some cheesecloth behind it or something? I don't know. Let's glue this on first. Let's glue the rest of this stuff. Let's make the little layer it up thing and then we'll decide, huh? Okay. Ooh. Come on now. There we go. So now we've got a nice little nameplate. Did I get glue in there? A little bit. And you won't ever see the pencil marks because they'll be on the back where we won't ever see them. Okay, I'm going to set this over here for a sec. And let's address this. I might want to cut it. I'm going to cut it just slightly shorter. And it's graph paper in the background, so it's nice because it's easy to make a nice straight cut. My ink is over here. You guys, I brought like 1,000 things right around my desk right now. So everything around me is like smashed. I thought, okay, I'm just going to try and get this all into one last video. And then the next one would be a flip through. So we'll see. That's the goal at least. Okay, oh my gosh. Now I thought we could put a little bit of text behind it. So rip some down. Oh, I ripped that like altogether too small. Okay, hold on. Do over. Okay. That's just a little bit too bubbled up right there. Okay, and we'll rip off that side and right here. That's better. And we'll ink it. You guys, sorry I'm getting quiet. I'm like thinking 3 steps ahead. What do I need to be doing next? What do I need to be doing next? Okay, yeah. Ooh, I like how that looks. I've got you zoomed out a little bit because I keep bringing the book back in and I know that's like bigger. So, oh, look at that cool picture of it's like a castle. Okay, I'm going to glue this down and then we'll put our like nameplate thing down. We'll put this on there. Does that need, if I can put my fingers on it in 2 seconds, it needs cheesecloth. Okay, a little bit longer than 2 seconds. Where did I put it? Guys and gals. Well, it must not be a thing. It must not be meant to be. What am I? Oh, here it is, Cal. It is meant to be. Yay, cheesecloth. You notice how I said 2 seconds and then that just got longer and longer and longer. Okay. Okie dokie. We'll just I'm just going to spread this out kind of, and then we can trim it down once it's on there. Because that's like now covering almost the whole thing, and we'll want to trim that down just slightly. Okay, now let's glue this guy down, and then we'll put brads through these little holes in a sec, once we get this all thing together here. Okay, I'll hold that down for a minute while I recap my glue. I grabbed a couple of brads. These look like little screws. Aren't they so cute? They come with like Phillips like that and flat heads. I just love them. And I did bring out my awl again, since it's going to be kind of hard to get my hole punch just right. We'll just use the awl to get the holes punched down through here. And I'm making sure I don't hit my fingers because ouch. And then we'll put our little brads in. See, aren't those cute? They look like screws. All right, paper fasteners going in. All right, and now I'm going to just trim up a little extra of the cheesecloth so it's not quite so excessive. That's a dumb scissors to be doing that with. And a little bit over here. Okay. There we go. Oh, perfect. I love that. So you could put it up here. You could put it at the bottom. You could put it right in the middle over the fabric. You know, if you wanted to, you could start getting extra. You could put butterfly. You could, you know, really start loading this up. But I think that I'm going to go with just a standard. I might overlap the tie just a little like that. Yeah, Nope, up top. So I'm just going to go with real standard placement here, right up top. And I still haven't decided. I think I'm going to leave it blank. And whoever ends up with this can decide what they want to put in there. Sometimes, most of the time, I have a hard time deciding, you know, for a word or a little phrase to put there. Sometimes I just go, yeah, this is a field notes book, so I'll put field notes. Or this is woodland, so I'll just put woodland. But then sometimes it's not set. I almost glued with the words upside down. Oh, okay, make sure that's straightish. And I'm going to hold this down for a second. So yeah, sometimes it seems super apparent to me what I should put on there. And then other times I just struggle. And like right now, I just know that I probably shouldn't be putting anything on there because it's not just jumping out at me. And the field notes thing. Yeah, see, I just don't like how it fits in the, it doesn't fit in the round, the ovally part here. So I'm just going to leave that. And like I said, whoever ends up with this book can decide and put their own word. So adios to the labels. That clears up a little space. Oh my gosh, this thing. Again, I love the wooden handle, but I'm so used to just standing my dauber up on top of my ink pad. Okay. Inky fingers, or inky, gluey fingers. All right. That's awesome. Now, we have closures on both. I don't need to put anything on the, I don't need to put anything on the front of this one, because it is already decorated. But let's address our little hangy bindings down here. Now on this one, I realized for some reason I made 3 long and 3 short. See how these 3 are long and those 3 are short? So I think these are so short, especially this one. There's no way I'm going to be able to tie something on. There's just not even enough space for me to work with my fingers to make knots. But these 3 are long enough. So I think what I might do is trim those 3 off, or just have them be something else shorter, and then just have 3 dangles. So let's flip to the center of this signature. Oh yeah, okay, here's the folder, right? So we need to glue that shut, and I'm just going to trim the one. So I'll leave the long one. I'm going to make sure that it's the long one I'm leaving, and I'm just going to trim the other one up short, and that way we'll just have this one hanging out the bottom. And we're going to glue our, so we bound this file folder in to the center of the signature, open, and then we're going to glue it shut to make a pocket. And like I said in my other video when I was gluing the one, there's one in the center of that single signature journal too. You can do this with envelopes or other things as well. It's really fun to do, because now we have a cute little pocket there, right? And that's just in the center of our signature. So, and then we've got our one long one that we can put some beads or something on. So then let's go to the center of this one. And I don't know, what should I do, guys? Oh, you know what? In here, I've got just some discs, some circles. We could just put a circle on there. I have a couple Edith Holden ones. There, I like those two. We'll do that, and then I'll get 2 out for the other one too, because I'm going to guess that that's what we'll do with the other short one as well. There. I'll show you what I mean in a sec, because you're probably like, what are you talking about? Okay, we're going to ink around. All right, and so what I am gonna do is, with the short one, I'm going to put some glue on the side we didn't ink. Oh, whoops, first I have to trim it to where I want it. Like there. Okay. So the side we didn't ink, I'm gonna lay that on the middle there. And then I'm gonna put the side we didn't ink together with it. And we'll just press those together. Make sure that's good and adhered and that the circles line up. And then we'll have this cute little dangly disc. You could sew buttons. If you were doing this, I mean, I probably wouldn't in this journal because this is not like a buttony, shabby kind of journal. But these, you can do this and put little buttons on there. Or sometimes if you have little ephemera, or like this kit did come with little discs, you can put those on there. Use those in the same way. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing in this center of this signature. So I'm going to glue the side I didn't ink and put that on here. And then put the side I didn't ink together. And you don't have to, you could do this to both of them. You don't have to leave a long dangly one to put beads on or anything. I just like having some little dangles out the bottom. You can do this and put beads on the inside. You can put charms and leave them on the inside so they don't hang out the bottom. That works too. The only thing is you just got to watch out how much, like how many charms and beads and stuff you put on the inside, because then it gets real chunky and makes it difficult to, you know, write on in your book. Now I'm going to show you my trick for placing the beads in the right spot. I'm going to tie a knot, and I want my knot to come right to the end of my signature. So to do that, I put my awl in the center of my little hole here, and I slide it to right where I want it, and then pull it tight. That way I can place the awl helps me place my knot. And then I brought a couple of my containers of beads. I think I want small ones. I don't want anything. I'm going to do this little kind of miter my end to put it to a point. I don't want anything super huge. I just want some little beads down here, I think. I'm going to put a tiny seed bead first because I want to make sure that it doesn't go over that knot. And then I'm just going to string a few beads on here. That kind of, whatever, tickle my fancy. Well, those, you know what, those 3 might just be enough. And then in order to get the knot again in the right place and right snug up against that last bead, I'm going to use my awl again, and that takes it right up to it. Super nice. And then I like to leave a little bit of a tail. Sometimes I have put big, gaudy chunks of beads at the bottoms of things. It just really depends on what type of book I'm doing and what type of feel I'm going for. I'm gonna make myself my little pointy end. And let's see, we'll put a kind of turquoisey bead. There's that bluish in this book. I kind of like that. And maybe like this. Oh, see, this is why you got to leave yourself plenty of space, because if you're working with you say, Nikki, just put a needle on. Nope, can't, because it wouldn't fit through the beads. So just got to go with, oops, let's see, what did I just put on there? A copper one. Let's put a little gold one on. Ugh. Sometimes these little beads get like paint or something that gets chunky in there too. And then of course I have to re-snip. These are the realities, guys. Go through. You know, as stinky as this one's being, I really do want one more bead on the bottom of that though. Okay. I'm going to use my awl to get that knot up there and leave a little tail. And I've got all these little chunks that I'm cutting off all over me. All right, and then I've got this last one. And we'll put a little knot there. You know what I forgot to grab? I was going to maybe pull out charms for that other one. You can also tie on, you know, little charms at the bottom here. I've certainly done that a bunch of times. Squeaky chair. Okay, there's that. Then I don't think I've used one of these, so I've got these cute little amber beads. We'll put one of those on. And haven't done one of these. And then we'll put another seed bead and call it a day. Oh, that one went way easier. Okay. All right, guys. So that's done on that one. And then while I've got those out, so there we go. That's just 3 little danglies down hanging out the bottom. And I like that. Then while we've got the beads mess out, let's do this one. I'm going to open to the center here. But remember, ours is, again, they're just coming out the bottom of this file folder here. So I'm going to tie my 2 knots. Okay. And then I'm going to give myself a little pointy end. And let's see, let's go. I'm going to open up my other one over here too. First, I'm going to put on a seed bead just because, again, these are small enough that they can't go over a single knot here. And then let's see. I kind of like this green one. It matches the book. Oh, come on. Oh, I just broke the bead. So I don't like that one, actually. I mean, what's it doing? Breaking. Who does it think it is? Falling down on the job? Okay. That's okay. I wanted that green one anyway. So there. And maybe one of these. Ooh, that's really small though. Do you think I can get it through? Maybe. Probably not. Go. Yeah, no. That ain't happening. All it's doing is smashing the end of my thing here. Yeah, I like that. This one kind of looks like a bird egg. So you can put a little bit of glue on your fingers to smash the end together and get it through these beads. You can put, you know, try and put pieces of tape and stuff on there. I've heard people have all kinds of tricks. Let's see, let's do a green one on the end of this one. Okay. Oh my gosh, can you guys hear that dog? I don't know if there's like a dog that got out or something. There is a dog out there going crazy. Our neighbors, so my parents, right? I think if you guys have been following me for any amount of time here, you've heard that I recently moved, and we moved kitty corner from my parents in this little tiny town. And they're like across the street neighbors have a dog that's got the same name as my niece. So their dog is named Bella, and my niece is named Bella. And so, and she barks a lot. Like when she's out, I think she's outside a lot. And so when she's, do I like this red one? Does that not go, or does it go just enough? I can. Nah, let's keep it naturey. Let's find another greenish one. Oh, well, there, I get a little hint of pink in with this green one. So she's outside, you know, and you're outside, you're going, you know, be quiet, Bella, because she's yelling. And so we were listening, and my nephew was yelling, "Shut up, Bella!" And it just sounded so funny because, of course, that's his cousin's name as well. I'm going to let this one hang, even though I put my knot right up there, which is fine. It can't go any further than that. That top knot is just to keep it from like going up into the book. But I'm going to let this one go a little bit longer so they're not like right up next to each other like this. I'm going to let this one go a little bit longer when I put my bottom. And I'm going to put a couple more beads on that one. So let's put one of these. So hearing him yell, "Shut up, Bella," sounded really funny. It sounded like he was just being really mean to his cousin. Oh, and then a seed bead on the bottom. But she really is a sweet dog. She's not a bad dog. Black lab. We grew up with black labs. Oh, that's just not gonna go unless I do this. There we go. So like I said, I want to place this knot a little lower. And that's what this thing helps me put it right where I want it. Perfect. And I'm going to tie a second knot on the bottom of that one. And it helps me if I'm going to tie a second knot. How many times have you tried to tie a second knot and then I'm going to leave longer tails on these. You try to tie that second knot and it ends up not, you know, I want it to be right on top of the first knot so that it reinforces it. So this helps you place the knots better too. Oh, look, I should have put a cute little mushroom bead on there. I didn't even see that in there. Oh, well, it's done. It's done. Okay, so then the only last thing is to put something on the inside. Now, I found I had made some of these pockets, so I dressed one up and I thought, oh my gosh, that fits perfect inside of the front cover here. That's super cute. So I loaded that one up and put some labels on. This is just another one that I had made, but I hadn't actually put any, decorated this one or anything yet. And I thought, okay, we can put one back here too. The only other thing is that I usually put my maker's mark in the back of the book. So I've got a couple of them, like I've got some pre-made ones. I just make a bunch at a time. And this is just my thing that says Musings by Nikki. So I thought maybe it could go on the bottom of this. Yeah, actually it fits right there. And then we'll put like a little Sciencey label over it, the edge of it or something. Kind of blend it in. It's just how I sign my books, you know? Clothing has a little label on it. Paintings, you sign your paintings. This is how I sign my books. Literally, I mean, that's my signature. That's why I do it like this. I thought about ordering a stamp or something, but I kind of just really like, I took out a second one for the other book too. I kind of just like the idea of it being like a signature in my back of my book. Field record. Yeah. Nope. Oh, we're doing good, guys. We're at 41 minutes. Okay. We can do it. We can make it. We're gonna. And then we need something up there. Oh, too big. Oh, here's something smaller. Field diary. Okay. Okay. We'll glue that in and then we can stuff it after. And I'm just gluing this in. We'll look at the other one. I don't know if I want to put anything in there or not. Again, this is one of those things where, like, sometimes I look at the back of this book and I go, that's just white muslin. I definitely want to put something on there, right? And it just kind of tells me that it wants something. And then sometimes I look at something and I just can't decide, or I just don't want to put anything. And the other book is kind of giving me that vibe right now. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Okay. Yep. I like that. Let's glue the other one in. After this video will probably just be the flip through, like the final flip through of these. And then I'm gonna take a look around my desk once I put away the madness that is ensuing right now, because I pulled as much of stuff out as I could. Once I put this all away, I'm gonna take a look around and see if I have enough stuff to necessitate an end of project. Like I did at the end of my wallpaper, my last one. That wants to keep coming up. Did the other one did that go down all the way? I'm gonna fast forward through just holding these down for a second because I want these to adhere. This one is done. I'm gonna tie her up. That sounded really bad, and if anybody was listening from the other room and didn't know what I was doing, they'd be like, what in the heck? She said it so cheerfully. I'm gonna tie her up. Oh, I like that. Okay, so there's that one. Find a place to put it where it won't get anything on it. Okay, this I'm sure is dry now. And so let's look inside. Yeah, you know, the one thing that we could do, I did bring some of these Tracie Fox. These are Tracie Fox. We could make a pocket. Pocket. Yeah, maybe. I like how there's black stitching there and there's black stitching here. We could make a little pocket and stick something in it. Yeah, let's just do it. We're just gonna do it. It's already inked. It fits perfectly. So let's just do it. We're gonna glue it in. See, it spoke to me, guys. I just laid this down and liked the way it looked. Okay, so there's a pocket, and I feel like it needs some field notes things on there, though. We've got a couple of bigger, like this guy, and yep. So let's ink those quick. And this one is actually a blank fields notes thing, so it actually could be your like ex libris, your this book belongs to you thing even. This is where you could write your name in. Okay, then what are we gonna stick in there? You know what? I have a couple of my field record cards. I wonder, I bet you they will fit. Perfect. And the smaller one. And the last, oops, of the Peculiar Nature definition cards. There. Perfect. Yeah, guys, we're really using it up. We're not gonna have much left. Okay, now maker's mark at the back. And I don't know if I want another pocket back here, do I? You know, maybe so. Let's just do it. We're at 50 minutes. And this is really, I think, the last thing we need to do. We worked our tails off, but we got her done. And I can put my maker's mark right on top of this. Right there. And then we'll put another Sciencey label to just kind of fit in with the theme. For some reason, putting my little maker's mark there always makes me feel like a sigh of, not relief, just a sigh of like, okay, it's finished. I'm done. I like it. And it's now complete. Yeah, we'll put a couple there. Okay. What time is it? Oh. I thought I heard school buses coming by. Not quite time yet. Luckily, Joy doesn't have basketball today. It's still, oh my gosh, I just glue that to my thumb. It's still like negative a bajillion degrees out right now. Our highs this week don't get above negative 5 from the forecast. That's our high. Our lows are still in the negative 20s, which means with the wind chill, because it's been gusty. So with the wind chill, it's still in the negative like 30 range every morning. Do we put this slide? Yeah. There we go. Perfecto. She is complete. Let's give her a nice little bow over here on the side. Yeah. All right, guys, look at that. Our journey has come to an end. We've got 2 finished books. We've got our hardcover nature book, and we've got our single signature flexible cover book, and they are ready to go to new homes where someone can decide what to put there. So I just want to say thank you so much. I have never done a start to finish series or anything like that on my channel, and I have really enjoyed doing this with you guys. I think it will be the start of many of these to come. Maybe we won't do all the steps, since I feel like I don't need to keep recreating the wheel with, like, you know, binding books and stuff. But maybe we'll try different things. Maybe at some point we'll talk about how I do my curved spines. That's a whole nother beast. And we'll try fabric covered ones and stuff. But I do like putting the guts together and all that sort of stuff with you guys. So this has been super fun. If you have any questions about what I've done, again, all the ways that you can reach me, I've listed out, you know, many times. You can DM me through Instagram. You can leave a comment below with questions. You can message me through Etsy. You can email me, which is just my channel name, at gmail.com. So nikkiadigan@gmail.com. Yeah, and if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. I will come with a flip through of these books like I would normally do a flip through. And then I've actually had several people ask me, they're interested if these are spoken for yet. So what I think I will do in my flip through, they won't be available like they usually are. Like as soon as I post the flip through, they're in my shop. I will tell you a specific time that they are going to be posted, which will be like, you know, a day after the flip through. And then that way everybody gets a chance to go get them if they're interested. And yeah, thanks guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. To all of my new subscribers, I've had a whole bunch of new subscribers in the last few weeks, I think, as we've been going through this. It's garnered some new interest and stuff. So thank you so much. I'm so glad you found us here in our little crafty corner of the universe. And I hope that I will continue to make content that inspires you and answer your questions and do my best to share whatever knowledge I have about doing this. I'm by no means an expert, but I really just enjoy doing it. So, guys, until I see you again next time very soon with the flip through, and then, you know, who knows what, well, I kind of have an idea about what direction I want to go next. And it's going to be super fun and something different than this because I like to switch it up. So anyway, guys, take care. Have a wonderful morning or afternoon or evening or middle of the night, whatever time it is, on whatever side of our planet that you live on. And until I see you guys next time, be safe, I hope you're healthy. I hope you are well. I hope that you are taking care of yourself and staying crafty and being creative. And God bless you guys. And I will see you again very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.